talk about the game and your thoughts on it going out, and obviously it was tough conditions.
Yeah, I thought the guys were tremendous. Did everything we kind of asked them to do, to tell you the truth. And we knew it was going to be very difficult. But I think in the end, to the credit, I think the guys were a wee bit disappointed that they didn't put away a couple of the chances that we had, because we had a few good ones, and sometimes you get a wee bit greedy, which is really good.
Ryan talked about, and Darren, the difficulty in that humidity of trying to get forward. You just can't in that type of heat.
No, if you're not used to it, obviously it's extremely difficult, and you've got to pick your times to go forward, and generally most of Houston's goals come from when teams are going forward and can't get back, and so we had to pick our times going forward, and I thought the guys did very well for that, and the opportunities that they did, even though we knew there were going to be few, but we also knew there were going to be good ones, and as I said, you get a wee bit greedy, and we're kind of a wee bit disappointed we didn't sneak one of them.
Was that game against Philadelphia a bit of a landmark game, despite the fact that they came back and got that late goal, as far as the way the team played and how the team has played since that point?
Yeah, but I mean, this is sort of work in progress. As I said, I've always said from the start, there's no magical wand or formula. It just takes hard work. But I think you can see the progression the team's made from day one to now, and I think everybody can say that 4 or 5 games ended a wee bit differently in those last couple of minutes. We'd be in a really nice spot. To tell the truth, I didn't think we'd be in this spot right now with or in a position to be able to see out games and have the points that we could have had. But the guys are improving. They're getting better and better. And as I said, no teams, home or away, rolled over us or won easily. And it's one thing that we wanted to make as just the basic standard of a Toronto team. That now the word's out that it's got to be a hard-earned win to beat us, and that's what we're trying to do.
Obviously, though, you'd like to, I guess, on the other side of it, be able to produce some more goals. And you look at around the league and some of the score lines. Is that ever a thought, a concern for you, that the chances aren't being finished?
Oh, they'll come. Of course, it's not a problem. The goals will come. I think that's only a matter of time. You've got to, as I said, you've got to build a foundation first. And I think we're slowly doing that. And I think as the team evolves and as the players get a bit more experience, a bit more mature, because we've got some young guys still. We'll obviously add some players that are going to make the team stronger and the squad stronger, and we'll get there.
Coach, you talked about Caldwell before the game in Houston. I thought he was a real boss back there for you against the Dynamo when they pushed. I know it might be more of a question for him, but do you really sense that here's a guy who is, it's almost fair to say he's made the adjustment to playing the MLS style of game, which he admitted is a little bit different than he's used to playing?
Yeah, of course it's different, but good players acclimatise really quickly, and Stephen has, and Bobby Convey as well. He's been, and I know if you had those two players at the start of the season, some things would be a wee bit different, but that's what we had as the squad. That's what we have to do, and we have to slowly bring in players that are going to help the team, and as I said, there'll be players brought in that will slowly help the team get better again, and we'll continue to evolve, and we'll slowly get better, and next thing you know, will be a pretty decent time.
Actually, can I ask you a few just for...
He always does this right at the end.
I know. Just for like 10 years, we walk away, and then you ask a question.
Just when I think I'm free, I guess.
Yeah. Every time I try to get out, he puts me back in.
No problems.
I got a bunch. Just wanted to ask you, Ryan Richter's been a fixture there. How much of a godsend has he been with Richard probably being out a little longer than everybody expected? Yeah,
he's been. I mean, I love the kid. Nothing phases him. He's not scared of the opportunity or the scale of what he does. He just gets on with it, and you probably might hear a wee bit greyer with him sometimes. Some of the things he does, but on that side, he's getting better and better, and he's a player that we'll have around for a long time.
Gally played well when Daniel was suspended, but you made the decision to go back to Daniel for Houston. Talk about his progress this year and why you went back to him.
Well, both of them have been coming on leaps and bounds. It's hard when you've got two young centre backs. Obviously, they both want to play, and you want to play as much as you can. And I want to play them as much as I can, obviously, because it gives them good experience. But every time they get onto a field and they listen, they learn, they keep training hard, they keep working hard. They always look to try and get better than they obviously will. Both guys have never got their heads down when they haven't been playing or anything like that, and that's the key. So when they get opportunity to step up, they can perform. But both players have. I think it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that they've progressed on pretty well since the start. I mean, I think Donnell Henry even more so.
Is there something about that combination with Caldwell bringing the experience and the vocal nature out there, and Daniel bringing really excellent athleticism and pace to the back line?
Yeah. Again, Daniel's got to learn about his communication, his talking, and he'll learn from Stephen. And Stephen's got to learn a lot about Daniel's athleticism, and so they feed off each other pretty well. So it's a good combination. But again, all I ask is my players is to try and get it better every day, and trying to, like, if you've got a weakness, whether it's communication or it's athleticism or if it's something like that, just to work on it and try and get better. And that's what I love. I love the likes of Stephen Caldwell. Is he even at his age, he tries to get better and he tries to make everywhere around him better.
Saturday's match will see the return of a former TFC fan favorite, who's a little bit of a unique player in João Plata, in that he's quite small. As a former defender yourself, how do you advise your defenders to deal with a guy who sometimes you don't almost even notice him on the pitch, but he's very technical?
Obviously, I think he's a really good player. We'd like to have probably had him round. It was, but in saying that, I think he's probably found a home, and sometimes some players need to find their right place to be able to play their best football. And that's great that he's good on him, that he's doing well. So all ex-players from Toronto, we welcome back with open arms. We wish them all the best and we welcome them back. But hopefully they'll be more worrying about how to contain our overlapping fullbacks and our guys than us worrying about them.
You finally have some depth at the forward position with Earnshaw, Kovermans, Brocky, and Silva all healthy and ready to contribute. What's your mindset as you try and mix and match those guys? Obviously, some guys have more chemistry with others. Some guys bring more athleticism than other players. Yeah,
it's just different combinations. They all have a different skill set. They all have a different mindset, and it's just to balance them out. So I thought both Jeremy and Danny were really good when they came on. They brought a different dimension to the game in Houston, and Danny Koverman's out sprinting their centre back in that last 5 minutes was a joy to watch. So it's good that I've got some options.
With Jeremy, has he brought what you thought? I mean, you obviously knew him as a former teammate and international. Has he brought what you thought he was going to bring to the team?
Exactly. He's Brock's unfortunately hasn't got more time than I'd like, but he will, and hopefully in coming up. But he's great around the place. He's willing to do any sort of job for you, and we'd love to keep him longer.
You go up against Real Salt Lake on Saturday, and I remember when you were first hired, a lot of people said, okay, TFC are going the Jason Croix route. They're going for a bright, young, and energetic young coach. What are your thoughts on him, and have you followed what he's done and taken sort of any heart from that?
Yeah, of course. No. All the young coaches I think have done so well, like Jason and Jay Heaps and Benny Olsen. All that. Yeah, I mean, they're smart guys. They're going to figure it out, and they've got good work habits, which is key. It's great to see in this league that young coaches are given the opportunity. It's again. I look forward. I played against Jason quite a few times, so obviously, hopefully, we'll have a glass of wine after the game.